Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is sort of, actually, you know what? I'm going to turn the air conditioning off. That might take a second, please excuse me, but I don't want the audio to be totally horrible here, so I'm going to turn the air conditioning off and grin and bear it for the few minutes that I talk to you guys. This might be a longer video because I want to sort of explain to you exactly what's been going on. I promised I would do that a couple weeks ago, and so I want to sort of explain to you why I haven't made videos and be like really honest about it, and then sort of let you know what my schedule should be like moving forward, because I know there are people who really do like these videos. A lot of people reached out to me, etc., etc. Before I do that, let's talk about Scent of the Day real quick. This is one I think I got either after hiatus or right about the time I went on hiatus. This is from the wonderful Guerlain Aqua Allegoria line, and it's Tiazora, and it's just a really nice like tea, sort of, it's not really floral, but there's like a chamomile note in it. It's very herbal. It smells like a cold glass of iced herbal tea. It's lemony, it's a little bit sweet, there's like tea in it. It smells like a cold glass of black herbal sweetened tea in the summertime, and I find it to be totally it's wonderful. Highly recommend it, especially because I think you can get it for like $20-$30 a bottle. That's what I was wearing today. All right, so this is where everything is, just to be totally honest with you guys, and everything that happened and everything. So basic in like schedule going forward. So when COVID, just so you guys know, was like, it was in China. I just didn't believe this was ever going to be a problem in the United States. And I think that's because I'd heard about so many other things that just never materialized. And I remember my father every day would sort of be like, "You're worried about COVID now, you're worried about COVID now." And this was in February, maybe even the end of January. And I was just like, no, there's nothing I'm less worried about than coronavirus. And then obviously it hit New York really hard, really fast. And March 13th was the first day that my company was like, start working from home. And it just seemed like what at one point was not serious got super serious quickly. And it hit home really quickly. And when I say it hit home, my best friend got it. And this is a true story, facts here. March 13th, the week before, March 13th was a Friday, right? March 7th, I was supposed to go out to dinner with this guy. He was like, before it shuts down, let's at least go out. We're supposed to go to the seafood restaurant that is very spaced out on the Upper East Side. And I was like, all right, I guess we could do that. And literally like, March 12th or whatever, I was like, I messaged him, I was like, yo, I love you and I'll buy you dinner next time we go out, but I'm just around my mom a lot. My mom had a massive heart attack years ago. I don't want to go out to a restaurant. He was like, yeah, I feel you. Literally the next week he got COVID. And it was really bad for him. He's my age, he's 41, and he's really good shape. I'm nowhere near as good a shape as this guy. And he was telling me he felt like he was gonna die. He was messaging me and being like, I don't think I'm gonna make it through this. He didn't go to the hospital because he was scared he was gonna get COVID at the hospital, even though we all knew he had it, regardless. He told me he had to pick between urinating in the middle of the night and the extreme pain it would take and the breathlessness to get to the bathroom. So it was, how bad do I have to pee? Because I can't breathe, I can't move. He made it through, thank God. It was rough. I really, for a few days, I thought I was gonna lose him. And then his father got it. Father 77. I'm not getting into specifics about his father, but his father's one of the most amazing, came from Italy and built an empire in Manhattan of businesses. He's New York Times did an obituary on him, New York Post did an obituary on him, and he got it. Went to Lenox Hill Hospital, which saved my mother's life, which is the hospital I go to. A fantastic series on Netflix, Lenox Hill, by the way, which I've been watching. and he was on a ventilator for 44 days. He was there for 2 weeks. Eventually they put him on a ventilator, and he passed. He passed a couple weeks ago. Someone who works for me got it. They almost died. They were in a hospital. Their life expectancy was looking really low. They got an experimental drug at the time. They got better. One of my really good friends from grammar school, they had a friend who, 35-year-old girl, you know, who I knew preferably through them, and she died, 35 years old. So death has sort of surrounded people I know who got COVID. And living in New York City has been really tough because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to deal with it. I live in a building with a doorman and people in elevators, and I've been really like cautious, you know what I'm saying? Just like super careful, and like, you know, it's one of these things where I would only order food out or from Fresh Direct. And when I got the food, when I was ordering it out, because I tried to support local restaurants, I'd immediately put it on the plate, wipe everything down, wear gloves and a mask to go downstairs, throw everything out. And if I touched the food in the middle, I threw the food out. I was not going to get this. Like, I still kind of have that mindset, even though I know things are reopening. And in that time, it felt really stupid to me to make videos talking about fragrances. It just, how could I do that? As far as, you know, like, it would just be like, well, I'm wearing this today to do what? My job, thankfully, has been really cool, and I've been able to work from home, which is so awesome. You know, my company had a pretty big layoff. A few weeks ago, they let about, I think, 12% of their workforce go. Thankfully, myself, or no one who works for me was touched. We were good. It was never even a discussion, which makes me feel really good. But everyone I know, maybe there's one person, I think one person I know has either lost their job or taken a economic hit. I know people who've taken pay cuts. I know people who haven't gotten paid in months. This has just really affected us. And then it started to get better. You know what I'm saying? It started to get better, and I started to feel better about things. And then George Floyd, the horrible thing that happened to George Floyd happened. I felt horrible about that, obviously. My position was, I'm just gonna be honest with you, it was like, I think that there needs to be reform in police departments and but I think we need a police force. I don't believe we cannot have a police force in the United States. I don't think a community police force will work, personally. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not right about everything. But what really sort of stunned me is when the sort of rioting, I was really all for the protests and everything. I didn't go to protest because I haven't been anywhere, and I just didn't feel like risking myself to protest, to be 100% honest with you. But I really, I believe in the mission of those protests. What I didn't believe in was the looting and rioting that happened, and it happened right near me. There was one night where, I'm not going to tell you exactly where I live, but I heard broken glass. And if you have, there's an app you can get on, it's on iOS, it's probably on Android too, called Citizen, where it tells you calls being, calls to the police being made in your area. And I heard broken glass in stores that I go to. In my neighborhood in East Midtown were looted. The Duane Reade that I get my prescriptions from, I had a prescription waiting the next morning and I couldn't go because that Duane Reade was destroyed and my prescription was stolen with my information on it. So really just then when I felt like, okay, maybe I'll start doing some fragrance videos, that sort of happened. And then I made a video a couple weeks ago, right? And I was like, I'm gonna start doing videos again. And then literally a week ago, you know, my mother, who'd been out to do a few things, and, you know, I live very close to my parents, and I see them a lot. She got a fever and she had to go get a COVID test. And thankfully it came out negative. But those 3 days where she had that fever and she wasn't feeling well, I mean, I knew I was around her, and it was just so stressful, you know, and this was really a week ago. And so I didn't do videos last week. And so everything has just been like, you know, and it's been really hard to say, hey, let's talk about a fragrance. Like, it just doesn't seem, it didn't seem important. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it doesn't seem important right now. I think I want to do it because I want to do it. And I think what I'm going to try to do is do a video a week and see how that feels. You know, because I'm definitely still love fragrances. I still have group chats on Facebook with my friends about fragrances. I still write notes about fragrances every day. If you follow my Instagram, which is where I really recommend you following me, because I know people want to friend me on Facebook, but I'm really at the point on Facebook where I just don't want to be friends with people. I really want my Facebook to be people I'm friends with. So if you've messaged me on Facebook and I haven't accepted you, it's really not you. I'm going to do a huge purge regardless. And if I don't really know you, then I'm not going to be your Facebook friend. But I'm happy to chat with you guys on here or Instagram. And my Instagram is VVS Fragrance. And what I've really been getting into since I've been doing this is I've really been cooking a lot and sort of getting into cocktails and making cocktails and you know, really like good ones. And you know, I do every week a cocktail of the week, a special one. I sort of show you the best way to make it. I sort of do a little bit of testing all week, and then come up with, hey, this may be the best way I think to do this. I used to be a bartender and had a bartender's license and all that stuff, but very craft and artisan sort of stuff like you guys would expect from me. And I've been into that, and I've really been into cooking because I realized, like, hey, I can't order out. I can't eat out at 7 nights a week. It's probably not like super safe. It's definitely not healthy when you're not getting out and getting, so like, how can I like cook for myself and like save some money and be a little bit healthier and do something kind of cool and like develop a new hobby. So I've been really into cooking, really into doing cocktails, and definitely into fragrances as well. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say the fragrances haven't been backburnered, because that's just, it's not, that's wouldn't be true. So I'm gonna do a video a week. That's my plan. I have a video plan for next week. Maybe I'll do 2 a week. I have a bunch of stuff from Decant Shop that was sent to me. I have a bunch of fragrances to talk about. I have a bunch of videos planned. Yes, I'm still interested in actually making fragrances, and I've been sort of working on that, but it's been really hard to get materials during this. That just sort of started to get a little bit better. So I can't tell you like, oh, I'm gonna have a fragrance coming out anytime soon. Like, that's definitely been backburnered, even though I'm still having fun myself with it. But yeah, I mean, I guess I would say that I'm just sort of doing my best with this. A lot has happened. For me to still have a job at this point, I feel so blessed that my company has allowed me and my team to work from home and just been super flexible about everything. I'm working off an iPad Pro with the new Magic Keyboard. I might get a new Mac. I'm not sure about it because I don't know, to be honest with you guys, if I'm ever going to go back to work in an office. Like, I don't know if they want us there at this point if we're working as well from home. It's just, New York is very weird. It seems like there's 3 types of people. There's people who just don't give a fuck and they're not wearing masks and they don't care and they almost don't believe this is happening. And then there's people on the other end who are like terrified and they're not leaving their house and they're just being super cautious, and they're just don't want to do anything until this goes away. And then there are people in the middle, the reasonable people. And unfortunately right now I'm in a terrified group because I saw what happened to people that got this that I know. I probably know 8 people that got this, 10 maybe, and 3 of them died. That's 30%, you know what I'm saying? All different age ranges, all different sort of things. If this hits you the wrong way, it's a problem. I know people who are security guards in hospitals who are carrying body bags out. So if there's anyone watching this or anyone you know that thinks this is, you know, some bullshit, it's really not. Like, you know, I'm not a I'm not political. I'm really not. Like, I really consider myself a libertarian. I think you should be able to do what you want for the most part, but this is real, and this is going to, if this hits you the wrong way, it'll kill you. It will. It might not kill 90% of people, but we have no clue, I don't think. And again, not to get super political here, but I'm very upset with the way this got into our country. I think there's plenty of blame to go around. I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. I really don't. I think New York is going to get a huge second resurgence based off what I'm seeing out there. Really, the only time I go out, to be honest with you guys, is I don't want to go to like a big supermarket. There's a small Japanese market near where I live, and I go there once a week for some specialty items. I hit up a liquor store once a week to get stuff for my cocktail of the week video. I go to Dwayne Reed once a week normally, all on the same day, and that's it. I walk my dog at the end of every night when people aren't out and about. And it used to just be a bunch of people, or nobody, or people with masks on. Now it's like a free-for-all. And I don't think it's a good thing. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna try. I don't want to say 100% because I don't know what's going to happen, but my plan is to do some videos over the next couple weeks, to do a video, because I've been wearing a lot of their stuff. I'm just being honest. To do a summer starting lineup, even though that's going to be ridiculous because I have no special occasions. Do some reviews and do some sample shopping videos, and we'll see what happens after that point. I definitely still want to keep making videos, but it's just a very different time right now, and it feels very different from March. When the last time I was making videos normally. So that's it, guys. I'll see you again. I really hope we'll talk again next week, and I'll have the video for you guys. And please do follow my IG, VVS Fragrance, where I'm posting something every day. Definitely best spot to catch me. That's it. I'll see you guys again, hopefully real soon. Thank you guys all so much for supporting me and checking in on me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the supporters, you guys, the subscribers on my page. And I can't, I've seen so much bad stuff on Fraycom where this has been going on, so much stupid little infighting, and just I want nothing to do with that. I'm just gonna do my thing, and I want really nothing to do with 99.9% of the rest of this community at this point. But you know what it is. I'll see you guys again real soon, hopefully. My name is Maximilian. I must know. Peace.